Hey, hype. Good morning. Market opening up. Nasty, right? Opening up outside of DD bands. Markets was looking kind of off of non-farm numbers. Non-farm numbers came out stellar. I'm talking stellar. It's like the jolts. It looks good. Everything looks great. So market is just being emo and sensitive again. So let's hope that that's who knows? Maybe this is the exhaustion point. We'll see. Remember, 2 of our 3 data points last session in the greater market were actually bullish. So the market's being sensitive and emo, but is this? We know that when you open up outside of DD bands, it's like a sit out day and how that one goes. But we'll see. What do you guys think? Key numbers today. 21, 162. I'll write them down for you guys. Catalyst is active. I repeat, Catalyst is active. You guys know how we do it. Catalyst is active. I stick on the sideline, right? 59.05. We're on the edge here. These are the numbers. Write them down. Friends, smash that like button here. NASDAQ is the one that's right on the edge. We'll see what else we have going on today. Those numbers came out. What do we have? Let's see what this week is going on here. The Michigan numbers come. Oh, we have Michigan numbers in 30 minutes. Okay. We'll see if that actually keeps the market going or not. Michigan numbers coming out. So, and sorry, I still got the sniffles. Today's like that day where, you know, when you have a cold and you have like, of all the things you have when you have a cold, it's like that day. That day is the day that you start coughing everything up. It's been like congestion. So now it's like very, very grossly, I'm going to be hacking just hacking everything up. So pardon me for coughing. Let's have a crash by the dip next week. I don't hate that sentiment. I don't hate that idea at all. See this market crash out and I kind of get back to it next week. Okay, 350 on NASDAQ. So you guys know the rules that I have today is that outside of the DD bands, this is Catalyst active. You know how I trade down here. Absolutely no trade down here. No trading. When a Catalyst is active, I sit out. I don't do anything right here. So down here, no trade below that pink line. And then this is okay here. Okay. So the news at the open is going to be very important. Hold on. So I'm on Twitter Spaces right now, so I'm kind of double dipping. Last couple of days where it just goes up and down and up and down. Below those two levels, it'll be that same kind of trading. So for me, I want the market to return and reclaim those levels before I can finally safely look for entries. So we're opening right on the edge of maybe I'm going to sit out indicator today. So we'll see. NASDAQ being the one right on the edge. So opening in 4 minutes. So, you know, wish this market luck. I feel even if the market is still nasty today and sells, I mean, this could be the exhaustion point that turns the market around because it is right on the edge. But even so, if it continues to sell off, I'm excited. I'm waiting for a nice little dip to buy in the market because I'm still mildly, moderately bullish. It's just not from here. I don't think this is the low yet, but we're getting close. So we'll see. It's been a while since I've double dipped on Twitter and YouTube together. So no Zoom. The Zoom program in the morning has been canceled. We split the community. There's 200 people there, 200 people here. And we asked you guys, open up YouTube, at least comment or like. And I have to say something about it every morning because people don't go through the discipline of helping us out. So as much as we love you, we've decided to remove that perk. But, in all fairness, I gave you guys 2 months of, saying it every morning. I had to say it every morning. And it was annoying for me to do something for convenience for everyone else. And people couldn't come and stream and leave a comment, hit the like button. So, we were like, okay, well, we'll cancel it for a month and see if that motivates people to want to participate in YouTube again. So no more morning Zoom. We've said a lot of these days lately. Yeah, it's great to see that you wake up on that specific level, which is good. When you wake up at that level, it's like, okay, I'm going to sit out down here, no trade, and I'm okay above it. So I like that idea. Yeah, so no more morning Zooms. And if we bring them back, hopefully people can participate in YouTube. Because the idea was YouTube algorithm is getting very confused. Some days we have 400 or 500 people watching. Some days we have 300 people watching. And it's like, YouTube is like, okay, does this guy suck or something? Like, why is it? It's just because we're splitting community and I got to watch 2 different chats. And, we're going to keep our numbers up. So it doesn't make sense to split everyone up, especially if the YouTube engagement goes down. We got to stay competitive, man. You still have to pay the full price for Zoom? What do you mean pay the full? It's included in your Rocket Scooter membership. There's no additional cost for it. If you have the platform, you get access to the Zoom calls. It's part of it. Just get that cold. I know. So. Oh, those aren't canceled. The 20 days profitability mindset, that's still going on the afternoon Zoom. I'm talking like the morning Zoom where we do Zoom and YouTube at the same time. It's just too much to manage, especially now that I'm going to be doing a podcast on Twitter Space in the morning. It's also a lot to manage and have the community split up. We got to focus on whatever. You were forced to combine Zoom and monthly. You don't need to pay for Zoom calls additionally. There's a time when we opened the Zoom program where where it's like a month or two, just to get early access, you could pay for it. But ever since like 2 months in, it's just been volunteer to pay anything. The Zoom is part of your membership. You shouldn't have to pay for both. So maybe you got a little miscommunication there. Paying for Zoom access was an optional donation after 2 months. We tell the lifetime members you can pay if you want to kick $20 a month to help support the platform, but it's optional. It comes with your membership. All right, so here's the numbers today. VVIX still above 100. We're gonna have choppy volatile nonsense. The VIX itself still 18.5, well above triple B. That's crazy. And we're sitting there on the catalyst active line, bottom DD bands. When those numbers come in, it's going to be interesting to see if I am buying at all. I'd love to see a dip to buy, but again, I'm not excited about doing much in this market right now. If you were OG Lifetime, you also get access to the Zoom calls. It's like the same thing. A lot of people don't really pay attention. For about 2 months, we sent announcements to say, move your membership to the new site. And the OG Lifetimes, people are still coming today, like 3 months later. How come I don't get access to the Zoom? And I'm like, because we asked you to move to the new site. If you did, the Zoom call, it opens up for you. So everybody needs to move to the new site. Believe it or not, we still have hundreds of members that still haven't moved 6 months later. It's amazing how little people follow the announcements. So if you're OG Lifetime, you also get it as well. You don't have to pay. Whoever told you had to pay was incorrect. You don't have to pay for the Zoom. Well, the first 2 months you did. It was an optional fundraiser within the first 2 months to get the program started. Then after that, it was optional. So you don't have to pay. It's not asking you to pay anything. If you move your lifetime membership over, you get access to the Zoom. Easy as that. And nothing asks you to pay anything. You didn't have to pay at all. I don't know who said you had to pay. If you just move your lifetime membership over, it unlocks for you. You didn't have to pay anything. Back then you did. When we started it, you did. But it was only temporary. But back then, it was an early access thing that people could pay for. But after that, it became part of lifetime after 2 months. So that's it. So I don't know. Is that hard? Is this still hard for people to understand? All right, let's take a look at this QQQ today. At some point, yes, you had to, but you don't have to forever. It was just a temporary early access thing that if you did, we'd give you access. Are y'all caught up with now? Y'all caught up? We understand? Hello? We good? We good? Are we good? Everyone in chat, are we good? Can somebody say we're good? We got to get back to business. We good? Okay. Okay, good. It was when we first launched it. If you wanted to come, there was a fee for anybody, for everybody, for the whole public. But now, once we said move to the new site, after that, it's free for all existing lifetime. It's free. Super free. Okay. All right, so we're looking here. Every single time trade looking there. That's pretty good. I do like this idea on S&P. Curious if I should take this setup here. We're below the open. Resilience is negative, though. Even with resilience negative, I still kind of am thinking I do want to try to take a stab at this. Nasdaq is in bear zone, though. Everything is really, really, really nasty today. Okay. Okay, let me get my numbers here. So good long setups here today. No selling off just yet. But we are at the bottom DD band. So let me put the catalyst line here. This is the cat line on Nasdaq, literally right here, about 510 on Qs. The S&P, I'm going to draw the pink line just so it's kind of in the vicinity. Every single time. Should I take it? No, Nasdaq Catalyst is still active. So Nasdaq is still kind of like the bad problem child today. Anything below this pink line, you guys know the rule. When cat is active, no trades for Matt. So we know the rule. Cat active, no trades. So you guys know me. No trades down in here. The problem is above here, there is no good pivots either. Yeah. Yep. Nothing here today. DD number on the edge. That's the greater market real quick. So today's a sit out day, and I'm glad that I can see that right now. Yeah, I'm looking at today's numbers are just abysmal. I don't think we're going to see much momentum until at least the Michigan numbers come out. I mean, that's another reason for the market to move. I think right now it's kind of playing seesaw at those key levels. Nasdaq is the kind of grosser one of the two today. They're both on the edge. S&P's not in that sit out mode for us, but the 162 level on Nasdaq is kind of that key level that I sit out when I know that we have an event that's creating that kind of chop. And that's just what I'm watching like a hawk today. So I'm actually not doing any trades. As much as my finger's on the button to want to buy the dip, right? I'm going to wait for confirmation first because the last thing I want is to be stuck in like a choppy mess again. But we'll see what the Michigan numbers say. So I'm going to be kind of just chill until then. Somebody, and I love you guys so much. Y'all, I'm so glad you guys are here every morning. So if you moved and your access was cut off, it's because there was a bug in the site. Your access wasn't cut off. It's just that what happened was when you got, this is what you guys did. When you moved your lifetime over or moved your membership over and then you canceled your old one, the bug actually canceled your old one sequentially after. So it's like you gave yourself access and you canceled your own access and it removed your Discord. It was a bug and we're fixing everybody one at a time, but it's not like you had to pay to get back in. Just that there was a bug with the transitioning of people over. So if you had to pay to get back in because you lost access and it's a bug on the site. So like I said, we'll fix that. If you're in that situation, just send me a message. If you were lifetime or any membership that moved over and then you canceled yourself, you actually canceled yourself, which is what some people experience. But we can actually fix that for you. Just let us know. All right, so no trades for a reason. Look how fucking smart I am. No trading. Let's let the market just collapse. Let it do its thing. No trades for Matt. And down in here, we're good. Oh, apparently canceling the morning Zoom was a big thing. Yeah, I know. I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed having that, but I also didn't enjoy like having, juggle a lot of extra stuff. I like having everybody in one spot. I think you guys too, though. I think it's a little bit better that way. So, couldn't pay to trade this mess. Yeah, I know. Cat is active, no trades. Boy, I am glad I'm kind of sitting out watching this one. Market's taking a little bit of a dive here. NASDAQ does have a key level, QQQ, what we're looking at, about 60 points lower from here, I would say, which is about 21,040 on NASDAQ, is like the next support. We call it monthly hedge pressure. That's like the only place left where the market probably can find a footing. But down in here, I'm just not trading. Like we teach when the market is in this effective catalyst mode, the market, you can accelerating sell-off could compile on itself. So it's better to not, I always tell people, not pick up pennies in front of a steamroller. In this environment, I'm not doing any longs. I'm not doing any shorts. I'm not even trying to guess. I like to keep my money in my pocket. Is a good rule of thumb I teach people. The way to make money trading is to not lose the money you have. And we could wake up and tell that the market's going to be a nightmare. It's just like, it's just one day. I'll come back tomorrow and see if it's better. But I am fully on the sidelines today. I haven't pushed any buttons yet, and I don't think I'm going to. Unless the Michigans kick us back over the key levels. But other than that. Did you guys like the class yesterday? Oh, the class yesterday was dynamite. Everybody go on YouTube and watch it. That last live stream yesterday is a 2-hour class. It's a free class. It's by far the best summary class you've ever put together of what it is we do here. It is like, I'm going to start promoting that video everywhere. It turned out pretty good. I watched some of it last night. And I ad-libbed the whole thing. I didn't even write a script or nothing. I just showed up and I was like, all right, I'm going to talk about like these 5 or 6 topics. So it was pretty good. I actually surprised myself with how well it turned out. I definitely didn't plan a single thing. I just got up and I just went with it. I was like, let's do an educational stream for everybody. All right, here we go. I'm thinking like, what would happen if I did make a script and come up with like something? All right, we guys know that there are pivots down here. Remember, when there's a catalyst, I don't trade. You guys know the rule, right? And I know it sounds like the unsexy answer, but I'll tell you, there's a couple of things that actually happen when a catalyst is active. Teach you guys something awesome. Okay, so guaranteed when a catalyst is active, guaranteed, okay? Guaranteed VVIX will go up. So catalyst was active pre-market, so VVIX gapped up because VIX is an equities thing. So it's a CBOE thing. And it starts tracking the VIX when the VIX is open, right? When a catalyst is active, VIX goes up itself, and the VVIX is the acceleration of the VIX. So when VVIX is higher, it means the VIX itself is volatile. It means the S&P is double volatile. So it gets a little bit of curvature in NASDAQ and the S&P kind of thing. So I don't like to trade when this curvature is here because the market can do nasty shit like this. Not saying that it will. If they're selling, it will. It won't be resilient to a lot of selling, but you have to be very careful. So on this particular thing right here, the VIX means the VIX itself is choppy, and the VIX itself is choppy. You guys see that the VIX is not just trending itself. You have VIX futures chopping up and down as well. Higher VVIX means the VIX is chopping higher, and when the VIX is chopping, the market curves even harder and faster. So choppy VIX means the market's going to, just be really hard to trade. Hate it. It was brilliant. You guys liked it? Oh, that makes me happy. Just waiting for us to get back to those key levels, baby. That's all we need today. Somebody asked when the risk interval numbers are calculated every night before futures market opens. The bot goes, so every night the way that works is we have a bot that goes to the CME website and it scrapes the numbers from their span and span 2 publication. And CME will change margin requirements like once a day, and we go through and grab the numbers, and then the bot updates this table once a night, and then it updates the DD bands to go with it. All right, so down in here, this is, you see there's pivoting. So today's pivoting has kind of all through here. We're below the line where I do actually trade, so I'm just going to watch this play out. But 510 to 507.5. So pretty much you have a, so in QQQ, every 1 point in Qs is 40 points in Nasdaq futures. So we're sitting there in a range of 100 points Nasdaq futures. So 100 points of volatility you're going to experience today, up and down. So it could be minutes worth of volatility. Noble zone. DD ratio less than half. That's not good. So let's do greater market analysis real quick because we always want to make sure we pay attention to that. Go to my watch list. Let's go to SPY. All right, so greater market, right? This is the state of the market. Is the market bullish or bearish today? I'm going to see this. So with Rocket Security, you get 3 tools, right? Greater market, baby. Greater market. Greater market. There's always a delay with this pen thing. Like it doesn't, I hate it. All right, number 1, DD ratio, bearish. Why stocks? Why are the stocks bad? I hate it. Number 2, SPY over MHP, which is good for SPY for the month, which means I think that while it might sell today, there's still some hope to the market. So this is very bearish for stocks. This is bullish for a month scale on SPY. Let's see if the monthly maps are still holding out. Oh, God. Ugh. It's back to being gross again. I know I keep flip-flopping my mindset, but this is bad. This is volatile. This is really bad. Oh, that's oh, God. Market is back to being bad. I'm not even going to write anything else, but just a down arrow here. So we have no bull support until, looks like, right about in here when the market kind of resets. Let me tell people in the space. So we just ran, we kind of do this analysis where we look at something called the greater market here. I'll tell you guys, just so you all know as trader people here, it's not investment advice, but this is like a daily thing we do in the mornings. Our platform puts this together. So 3 different indicators that are key for me to understand trading futures. If I'm trading S&P and Nasdaq futures, they track the index, which tracks the stocks. The stocks right now, only 36% of the market cap is what we call bull zone or bullish. So the idea is the majority of market cap of stocks are actually selling off. That's the mechanic of futures coming down. Not a gimmick. People are dumping stocks in the large caps. And as I'm talking, it just dropped to 31. That number was greater than half, meaning bullish for the majority of the year. And it only became less than half the last couple of weeks. So today, stocks are just getting pummeled. Now, SPY has positive gamma exposure from monthlies, which means on the month scale, SPY is looking to find a support. It's not like the S&P's crashing just yet. Being below a key level means that it had to crash. So SPY is looking good for the futures. You want the SPY to look good. You want the stocks to look good. So of the three indicators we have, one is really bad, the worst it's been all year today, and one of them's still decent. The last thing we look at is a 6-month forecast called monthly maps. We actually paint out the options landscape in the index ETFs, which helps us kind of make a future projection of the entire futures market in general. And right now, nothing looks clean until the last week of January. So that was kind of the saving grace. It showed that like long-term outlook was good. This morning's print is bad for another week. So I think that we have another week of selling. So Minx is really happy to hear that. The markets, we have called them illiquidity or volatility pockets. Right now, the market's going to be stupidly volatile. So your shorts are going to pay out if you're shorting. I'm sitting out. I ain't touching this nonsense, but shorts are only good when you go on vacation. You're sitting at the beach, and I'll wear some shorts. Other than that, I don't like touching this market. I'll be chilling. Looking bad. Nasty. So do you guys, okay, let me ask you guys a question. Has the greater market understanding been helpful to you guys at all? I want to know your opinion of it is to wake up and say, you know what, fuck this market today. I'm out. Is it such a powerful feeling, right? To like wake up and be like, this is stupid. I'm gonna sit out today. Like, does that to me is like, what indicators have you ever had in your life that you wake up and go, nah, fuck this market today, and then you just don't do anything? Like, I've never known a series of indicators was actually able to do that. Have you guys seen me blow up accounts, sitting here trying to buy this nonsense? You see me, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna let it fall. I wake up, I go, nope. I wake up, I go, nope. And then it's just, I'm not buying this dip. And look at that volatility coming out. We taught you this in the class yesterday. This is the danger zone for VVIX. VVIX is actually volatile. The market's going to curve. It's like I have a crystal ball. Like I can predict this stuff like a genie in a bottle, right? So the neatest thing about what we try to do is create actual things that are helpful to people. Like, I don't know whose technical indicators have the ability to say this market's dangerous today, but we have a really good. You like my sit out rules? Good. Like, I tend to like have this little mindset here, right? So you can't give investment advice, right? I don't have a license to do anything. I'm just some random schmuck on the internet. You shouldn't listen to me because I'm a nobody, So so if you do and you're like, I'm still gonna copy what this guy does no matter what, I can't give investment advice. I can't tell you what to buy or what to sell. But I think legally I can tell you to not play the game. I can't tell you what to gamble on. I can tell you don't go into the casino because you're not making any investment decision. I think I can give you sit out advice. I'm gonna call it healthcare advice. I'm not a doctor either, but here for your well-being, don't walk into the casino today. I don't have a license to tell you that, but to tell you what to buy or sell, but that doesn't qualify as buying or selling anything. I could say, you know what? Go touch grass today. Go outside and see the sunlight today. Actually, there's no sunlight. It's rainstorming down here, and it's cold as shit when I go outside. It is like freezing cold. My dog won't even go out and pee. So since the day Pickle arrived, the market has been terrible. Have you considered that Pickle might be? I think he is definitely the catalyst. He's definitely like the sweetest dog ever, but he hides an evil side. I tell you, this guy, this kid will steal your shoe, and he knows he shouldn't be doing it because when you look at him and you try to go get the shoe from him, he runs off and runs under the bed with it because he knows he shouldn't be doing it, and he doesn't care. He's like problem child. He's so bad. And I'm gonna tell you, it's like, when he has something like a blanket or something he should be chewing on, you're like, hey, stop that, and he'll look at you and be freaked out. When it comes to shoes, He's like, yeah, I know I'm doing it, bitch. That's what he looks at me and goes, what are you going to do about it? I'm small. I can run under things. You can't get me. So last night, he grabbed one of iDoc's shoes and he's under the bed, like chewing on it. And I'm trying to reach him and he goes to the other side of the bed. Oh, he's got like he's got an evil side. He's so bad. I sent him to his grandparents to see if the market goes better. Is Pickle jinxing our market today? I'm telling you. All right, guys, back to where we're doing. MHP is always for me a reversal point. When a catalyst is active, I don't trade. So here are two stats: MHP and HP. Right, 80% of days close on this side, 90% of days close on this side under ideal conditions. Let me teach you guys. I hear the numbers thrown around all the time, but you have to make sure there's conditions to go with it. When a catalyst is active, you throw all of those numbers out. I don't want to hear people say, well, 90%, 80%. We don't have enough catalysts to qualify this. The actual count of days required there to be no catalyst. So in all conditions approach, we don't know the probability they bounce. So ideal conditions, right, means all these lights are yellow and green. You don't have hedge pressure break, monthly hedge pressure break, and you don't have a catalyst active, and you have fixed risk interval breaking and all that stuff. So here is a possible pivot, but it's no 80, 90% anymore. We know that the probability that stuff goes down. Structure is broken and there's a catalyst. So catalyst can overwhelm everything else and kind of pull out. So the idea is, I know this might be like the least sexy thing for me to do anything right now, but I know I don't take any pivots when catalyst is active, even though hedge pressure monthly is your predictable high volume spike. Do you guys want me to look at some stocks while we're here? I loaded up Pat Weiland's stream. I want to check out his new setup. Damn, his new office looking sexy. Y'all might be able to hear Pat talking right now. Wow. I just went over there to say hey. He opened his new office today. Pat Weiland did. Oh yeah, what does that BDH mean? What do you guys think BDH means? If y'all know Pat, I thought it meant big dick hour because he's always talking like he's like because he's posting like big hand. So I thought it was like a reference to cock or big. I was like, what does it stand for? What do you guys think? New office looking sick though. My theory is Homeboy's gonna be starting a prop firm. I don't know though. That's just my theory. I don't know anything. I think Pat's gonna start a prop firm. So maps today are looking really bad for all across the board. All across the board. Nasdaq is looking bad. So when you look at the monthly maps, here's how you analyze this. So this will give you a 3-month outlook. The top of the bear zone is always your resistance. So QQQ has a top here through middle of February. That's the bad part. So QQQ is Feb, limited through Feb. So there's 2 months of this. That's kind of shitty. So resistance, heavy resistance. This is the top. Let me post this on Twitter. Bull support is down below. Let me draw it with green. There is no bull support even for a week. So QQQ doesn't even find any support. until a week support a week out. So right now the market's in free fall this week and or probably next. So this is bad. Like the market is still bearish and still really bad. DD ratio less than half is very bearish. So basically today it's just not a day. What I love about bear markets is that I'm so fucking good at not trading them and sitting out that like I teach, right? I teach, save my capital, come back later, right? So when the market's done selling off, I'm still rich and everyone else is still poor. And I walk in, I hit it hard at the bottom, and I make generational wealth. And after bear months and whatever, making a handful of trades, catching the bottom. But I wait for the bottom, and I don't try to scalp inside of nightmarishly crazy trading. You guys know the rules there. All right, let me go to Twitter really quick. All right, hold on one second. All right, I'm trying to get this going here. All right. So let me post this up on Twitter real quick. Oh, I had somebody talking to me about the sim funding world. So yeah, I think that interesting. There's a conversation going on, right? There's, Apex is in a lawsuit. I mean, there's all kind of interesting things. There's a lot of FUD being passed around about the prop market industry. But let me tell you guys something. Hold on, the futures. And the outlook for the monthly scale for QQQ is even worse. This morning's print. Yeah, if you're trading this today, you're gonna have a hard time. It's gonna be really bad. A top in QQQ for at least 2 months now. In the 530 range. Get ready for a long winter. No bueno, guys. No good. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah. And I like that data today. Oh, God. Market being crazy. Oh, what happened? What happened? Michigan numbers come out. Oh, and the market just collapsed again. Let me ask you a question. Who here is in a trade? Or who's sitting out because you're smart as shit? Because Michigan numbers come out, market didn't like that at all. But, I love when I choose to not do anything and I'm not playing that coin flip. How's your shorts? If you're shorting, how'd you do? This is just brutal today. I made big fat stack of $0. I know you did. So do you want to tease the group or tell people our big plans, Meeks? Give them a little teaser of what we're building. You want me to do that? So we have decided, and I'll tell everybody, I'm actually live on YouTube now, so I'm kind of announcing this to everybody. We've decided to put together a podcast for all things futures, prop firms, trader funding programs, and everything. Between Minx and me, we know everybody in the industry. We know every CEO, every futures influencer. I mean, everybody, name it. We know the CEOs of the prop firms. I know the CEO of Tradeovate. Well, I mean, and what we want to do is get the futures industry in front of people. If you guys know, like people like Anthony Crudelli, he was in here this morning actually listening. He has a podcast and he brings in all kind of prominent people in futures as well. We kind of like want to do something along the similar lines where it's just like a voice of the futures industry. We were inspired by the fact that all of you guys have questions. Everybody's like, who's changing their rules? What's going on with this lawsuit? Is this firm not paying out? There's all this kind of buzz, right? There's this big explosion, but there's not really a voice for the community to go out there and really bring in people to get to talk. And we've asked every big name in the prop firm, for the most part, industry, and they all think it's a great idea. And so we're going to get the CEOs themselves and other people to come and sit down with us, and we're going to talk to them, and you guys can ask them questions, and we'll have like an interview with them and get them to talk about where the industry's going, as it's a big part of trading now. It's something that we don't have. We're all kind of just eyes glued to Twitter and listening to like the latest memes to see like who's not paying out and stuff. But wouldn't you like to know if one of your favorite firms has a big rule change and have the CEO come explain why they're doing it and things like that? Or even say like regulations could change. What happens if FINRA shuts down SIM to fund it overnight, and where's the prop industry going to go? We don't want people who depend on this stuff to be left high and dry. So we kind of wanted to get together and just have this really awesome, it's going to be focused on us talking about the industry and getting the people that are important to you guys in front of y'all so y'all can ask questions. So we've been planning it out for like a week or so, even coming up with cool names for it. So stay tuned when we start kind of giving you guys more information, the format we're going to be doing it. But we're going to co-host, and it's going to be really nice. And it sounds like something you guys like. Give us support if we oops, I mean, mute everybody. When we do that, if you guys don't mind like retweeting and getting that information out, we really want to pick up some steam for this. I think it'd be really nice so that a lot of traders aren't left in the dark, and y'all can stay ahead planning yourself. The idea is that if you're using a certain firm and the rules are going to change and it's going to go against, what you can do, would you like to know, well, is this something for me anymore? Should I try something different? For you guys, it's so important. So you have a kind of like a magnifying glass on what the industry's doing. So many things are happening at the level, we know because we talk to all the people that run firms and we're friends with everybody that start these things and run these things. So we kind of hear the buzz just being involved with them at that level. But it's like, you guys are not necessarily ahead of the game as much. And so we'll try our best what we can share and what we can get them to leak out or share publicly with everyone. Just what kind of information they think is crucial for you guys using their products. So that and futures in general, and futures is going. So we make it like All Things Futures podcast. And if you guys like that, feel free to show your support as we continue to talk about it. But that's kind of the idea that we have right now. Coming soon.
I'm excited. So it will be fun. We're going to get some. We've got like 4 or 5 of them. We just need to let them know, when to hop on and things like that. So it'll be fun.
Name's Matt. This trade has gone without me. I'm gonna go ahead and shut my screen because now I'm just mad at myself for selling. So I appreciate you guys letting me come on. Hope y'all have made some money. If you guys are listening, y'all have a fantastic weekend. And hey, if they invite me back up here for some more, I look forward to doing more of these in the future. Y'all have a great weekend. Thank you again, Minx and Matt.
Thanks for stopping by.
Wait, I did the wrong emoji. That's supposed to be the heart.
Thanks, over 20.
Yeah, thanks for showing up, B Frank. That's, by the way, so that's Traders Paradise, the company, though coincidentally I'm Traders Paradise on Twitter. Give them a follow, check them out, they're pretty awesome. Traders Paradise with a 1 for an I, B Frank. People are always like, are you guys related? Are y'all brothers? Like, oh, I wish. Booty market today. Well, guys, all right. Who here today? Quick question. Who here today is in any kind of trade whatsoever? Question. Any trades at all? Anybody short, sit out, short, sit out? Okay. My mic is quiet. I don't know if my mic is quiet. Maybe your volume is just turned down. Maybe turn up your volume. So yeah, Catalyst is active. Market's gonna clobber through pivots, right? So let this thing just die today. I mean, honestly, there's no price for trying to be a hero when the market's just going to shit. Red lines tapping. Oh my God, market's crazy today. But honestly, I love that I've got 5 different crash detectors, early warning detectors. Oh, wait, these are all old. I need to delete these guys. This is from that lesson I taught. Yeah, so, I mean, honestly, let me tell you how good I am at what I do. All right. In FOMC, I put 3 micros on the table and lost $300, and then I got out of the way. I sat out. Here. This day, I sat out. This day, I sat out. Now, if you don't trust that I know what the hell I'm doing, you guys remember? I don't remember what I did this day, but I'm pretty sure I sat out too. I don't even remember being part of this, but I'm not bag holding down here. Breaking DD band, longs only, catalyst, sit out, right? Breaking DD band, longs only, but if there's a catalyst, sit out. Breaking DD band, longs only, catalyst, sit out. I teach this. The early warning sign was there. The early warning sign was there. The early warning sign was there. I don't get caught off guard when markets crash. There are signs that come from a mile fucking way. A mile away. Oh, you're in a noisy environment? That's probably what it is. Put on headphones. My channel is constantly lower than all the others you watch. You have a 300% volume boost on this tab. Are you kidding? Because on my end, the volume is yellow, almost red as far as my input to my encoder. So my encoder volume is like peaking out. And all my shorts and reels come out like with really loud volumes. I don't know.
Oh man, AMD.
Wait, y'all think my voice is low? I could turn it up. Y'all want me to turn it up?
Oh, another one? It got one on as well.
All right, let's turn it up. Hold up. Microphone. Turn it up. Oh, it's like it's maxed out. Your recorded volume. Really? The volume is low on the recorded videos? That is so weird because when I play all of my videos on YouTube. Hold on. When I go to my videos on YouTube, let's watch Matt. Let's watch me. Here, let's watch Matt be Matt. All right. Probably gonna tilt the other way. So let's start at the very top. Let's be fair. Off the bottom. Let's count these crazy red candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really? That's like normal volume to me. So interesting. Oh, when I turn my head, it's low. Yeah. Well, that's because I have a dynamic mic. So when I talk into the mic, it's better. Yeah. Yeah, I need to actually talk into the mic a little better. Okay. Wait, quite relative to other streams? Okay. Well, that's because I'm not talking into the mic. Maybe I turn my head a lot. Okay. So when I talk into the mic, it's a dynamic mic, so I have to be like talking right into it. I think it's because I just need to sit closer to it. All right, so here, look at that. This is what I teach you. I didn't trade here. I have the world's best crash detectors. I do. And I went, oh, you guys know that's what you learn from us here. I avoid a crash like the play. I can see this coming from a mile away. And I on stream, go back to Fed day, I avoided this. On this day, I avoided this. And on this day, I avoided this. What happens is that when this is over, I still got all my money. You haven't seen me out there posting a lot like lately. There's not a lot of, like used to in nice solid bull markets. You see me posting every day. Big fat gains, big fat runs. I mean, I'm like getting payouts, everything. And right here, I'm just very, very rarely switching. I don't think I've touched my Elite Trader Funding account in weeks. Or a week plus, at least a week plus. I got a payout, made a couple of trades on that. I'm on the sidelines. Like I'm waiting. That's the best part. Why don't I short it? Because the idea is that when a crash happens or when that's possible, I don't know how much the market's going to sell off. I don't like to be because it looks like, you could just short it, but it doesn't just fall straight down. Crash markets are impossibly volatile when you trade them. Like an example here, while I could short it, I don't, even NASDAQ, right? 21,069, 21,139. It's 80 points of drawdown before it falls and 60 points of drawdown before it falls. It's like impossible to time a short. And I teach that as well. And this particular day, look at how much hundreds of points. I mean, this is 575 to 400. This is a 200 point drawdown before it falls and 150 points before it falls 300, right? This day is impossible to trade. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise unless you just plant your money and you watch your account go up 10,000 and down 20 and up 10 and down 15. It's like the type of trading is impossible to trade. That's why I don't do anything. And even the Fed, nobody could have planned this at all. Sometimes it falls straight down, which is nice. But even so here, right? These are hundreds of points. Every 5 or 10 minutes, it's going up and down hundreds of points. You can't really easily trade that. And that's kind of why short with less risk. But even so, you're right. But to where? The question I have is, when I do any trade, I have to have reward to risk. So why don't I just plan a short and sit on it? It's because I hate stomaching hundreds of points of drawdown, even when I'm right. And you can't predict that the market's going to fall anywhere when it's in that crash mode. You just know that it's going to crash to some place. And so where do you short from? Where do you buy the dip? It's almost impossible to stomach. As a trader, I want to see stability, which is the easier to trade markets. Like, since I started talking about this, we've moved up in 5 minutes, 70 points? It's like the way the market moves is just so hard to manage. And if you pick the wrong spot to short from, like, even if I would have said, why I'm not shorting, okay, where if I would have shorted here, I'm taking drawdown. Maybe it pops and then it sells. You can't predict when markets are having pandemonium where people are going to be selling from and how dangerous it's going to be. You can only predict that it's going to be dangerous. And the hardest part is, where do I get in, where do I get out? If I could figure out a way to do it, I'd love to chase a short and hold the market as it goes down. The problem is the way that it trades is just nightmarish. Like in the last, 5 seconds, the Nasdaq just fell 40 points, 30 points, right? It's like, it's just impossible. There's no technicals, there's no structure. It's impossible to find an entry or find you know what I'm saying? And you're 100% right. If I could do it, I'd love to be like, okay, guys, this is day to crash. Let me know where to trade. The only way to manage this is to, when the market's below and a catalyst is active and you want to bet that the market's going to crash out, is put like a micro or two so that the drawdown is still thousands of dollars, but it's not like going to blow up your account. The idea is, if I'm trading this with a normal size position, just the drawdown alone is enough to blow up my normal account, right? Every 100 points is, every 10 points on the S&P is $500, right? So 100 points. Well, I'm sorry. Let's do NASDAQ really quick. So every 10 points is $200 on NASDAQ. So every 100 points is $2,000 per mini. And so this is $2,000s of drawdown just on one mini. So $2,000, and this is up and down $1,000 every couple of minutes. This is up 2,000, down 2,000, minus 1,000, down 2 more 1,000. So trading micros would put this in the realm of, less than 1,000 while it's waving around like this. But it's to put a small position in, let it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we have a Discord. Hold on. We have probably the biggest paid futures trading community on the planet, by the way. We're huge. And we have this rocket shooter platform. Let me give it to you here really quick. You can go there to get access to it. Yeah, we have about 10,000 user accounts in the rocket shooter platform, and about 6,000 something active members in the Discord. So it's pretty big. Yeah, when the catalyst is active, just stay out of the way. This trick is pretty easy. You go to the risk interval table. You go down to S&P and NASDAQ. Look at both of them. Either one of them have a catalyst sit out. It's this number, 4175 right here. Then I go to a tick chart. I've taught this technique. It's great. If you guys like the technique, because we've been teaching this technique, right, here on YouTube, showing it to you. So you measure that exact distance from the starting point of a news event. And as soon as you fall past this distance below here, you can prove that the market's going to be choppy. You can prove that the VVIX is going to go up. You can prove that volatility is going to go up. And so these V's are just crazy and nightmarish. I can prove that the market's going to fall apart. And so normal trading, the ebb and flow of normal trading is really stable here. You're going to get like this, and then it falls down a little bit, comes back up, but it's not like it's falling apart. Here it's falling apart as you see the kind of the ebbing and flowing. These V's get bigger and bigger and bigger, right? We can all see that the V's are getting monstrously bigger. That happens below this exact level that we calculate before the market even opened. So I don't trade as volatility is growing, and this is why I don't chase a short, because the volatility has drawdown. No matter where I short from, I'm going to lose so much money until I'm right. And if you pick the wrong place, the lack of volatility, this could go way up here before it continues to sell. It's such a hard environment to trade in, but the risk interval is a futures thing. And the CME group actually sets these numbers. And we use them as trade ideas. So anytime you tap this level, or you're below here, it's just nightmarishly hard to trade. Too many ads in the live stream? Oh, you mean in the chat? Yeah, those bots have been going crazy lately. Let me slow them down a little bit. It's just there's a lot of funded traders here that are like, what's the code? What's the code? What's the code? They always say this. But let me change the timer. So this is just so people who chime in can get the code. Let me give it like 10 more minutes per timer. Yeah, the bots are going nuts. I don't know why. They're not consistently like. Let's give it like a little bit more time. All right, that's even better. Oh, the Tradeify. That's the one. Okay. Okay, that's better. I agree. It looks like there's a lot. There we go. I switched it for you guys. Oh, the monthly giveaway. Let me turn that off here. We're not doing that. So by the way, we had Take Flight. One of the people actually helping us with the back test and everything is actually who actually won the lifetime giveaway, which is pretty cool. We'll be doing another lifetime giveaway pretty soon. Anybody that's a monthly member gets entered into a lifetime giveaway when we do it. This is good. So stay tuned. This is a little bit of a bounce coming in on Nasdaq and S&P today. I know it's kind of interesting. Like, what do you do as traders if you guys ever decide to sit out as a trader? What are some of your favorite things to do if you're not trading? Like, if I see the market and I'm not wanting to trade it, you know, do you even watch it, or do you just fully detach? Minx and Shark, I'm gonna and Gus. Do you guys just walk away? Do you make yourself do something else? Or do you just sit there and stare at it and wait for like an opportunity to play out when things stabilize? How do you guys handle cruddy days like this?
Can you hear me? Sorry. No, well, these are my favorite days, actually. Oh, I don't sit out. I am more of a momentum trader. Like, when was it? 2 or 3 days ago, when we were, I got chopped up. I think everybody got chopped up when like the wicks were.
Oven, watching Try to Learn. Awesome.
Up and down within like 30 seconds.
So today, if we reclaim this, I'm longing the market from here. If we reclaim this, I'm longing the market from here.
I would answer, but I'm actually looking to get an entry here soon.
I am not entering anything right now. I wanted to see. Well, first off,
Just waiting patiently for my good old trade to come back. What do you say? Watch shark videos, lots of blood in the water. Nice. Remember running a positive. Will I still trade with them, or is it risky now? And here, like I said, when this happens, I'm not doing much. So back above like the safety area, I'm back to trade. Like, a day like this, I'm not looking for the market to crash out. That's why I sit on the sidelines, and this is what you guys are gonna learn. I'm not sitting on the sidelines because I'm trying to gain a short, because the day the market reverses usually starts off like this as well. So the smart thing to do, and people always say, like, Matt, why do you sit out? Is because the minute we reclaim this level, it goes to highs. And if this is the reversal day, which I'm not saying it is, I always would be prepared to take the reversal instead. I guarantee you, if we break through here, I'm hitting this as long as I can all the way up to there. But only if we break there, because that's why I say, like, when markets are crashing out, I like to be on the sidelines at a moment notice. If that volatility collapses and the market finds a bid and then buyers or shorts start to squeeze or whatever, I want to be the first one in the long and ride it back up. I don't want to be battling a short, hoping that a short takes off for the market to rally. I'm always waiting to see, is this going to flip bullish? And that's kind of how I handle these like big sell-off days. Wait, in a data with commercials, like on the actual stream? Oh, that's what you guys are saying. There's too many ads. Like the stream is throwing a bunch of ads out there. I thought you meant that the chat was like overwhelming you guys with nonsense. So the ads, you mean like the actual YouTube is throwing ads out there? Oh, I can't control that. It's terrible. YouTube needs to make more money, I guess. I don't think I have any control over how that works. But like while I'm streaming it makes you watch an ad. Well, lately my channel's been kind of going mini viral. Like we had like 6 weeks ago, we had 10,000 followers. Now we have like almost 16 for subs. We're in like a whole new tier right now, and especially on Twitter too. The algorithm is starting to pick up and give us some steam. I don't know why. I think when you pass a certain threshold, the algorithm is like, oh, let's start promoting this a little more. Lately, yeah, people have been, it's been interesting. I mean, it's not a bad idea to grow. That's a good thing. Like Twitter, I've been noticing lately a lot of my Twitter posts and comments about. Yesterday, I commented in somebody's thread and it got 15,000 impressions. There's a certain point on Twitter where I felt like you had to work really hard just to get a follower. And now I get 20 to 50 followers a day doing very little. I think once you pass a certain threshold, the Twitter algorithm is designed to showcase you more as long as you have a high positivity score, which I do. And so I'm showing up all kind of places. I made a post about GameStop that had like 250,000 impressions. So whatever it is, the algorithms are starting to favor our stuff. I can control the YouTube and frequency to none. Oh yeah, I guess I could do that. Yeah, the only reason I do YouTube ads, not that I make any money off of it. I think I probably make like $5 a stream. I'm not going to lie. It's because I have a belief that if you're monetized, you get better featuring. If YouTube's making money off of you, they're more likely to show you to more people. So if I was just doing this without monetization, I feel like that would count against me. But I mean, that's like the tinfoil hat that I wear. If you're trading but you can't cough up money for YouTube Premium, what are you doing? Yeah, you could buy your way out of that, which you can do. That's right. I'm on a bull run. It's been something neat to see. But yeah, YouTube's been showing a lot more ads lately, but I think it's because our channel's been getting a whole lot more traction. You guys remember our YouTube stream used to have like 50 people in it. It was most people were in Zoom at the time. But now it's like, 6 weeks later, we've got 300-400 people here every day, which is great. Like at Max Concurrent. So our streams are getting like total like 2,000-3,000 views. It used to be this big back when I used to do when I did my million challenge. We used to have 500 to 700 people watch every day, which is cool. But if you don't stream consistently, people forget about you. But now we're getting back to we're full-time, consistent, trading every day, which is good. So I think we're passing a key threshold where the algo is giving us a lot of love these days. Oh yeah, smack that thumbs button, you guys. Get that thumbs up button. All right, kind of waiting for S&P to stabilize. I'm right along in a moment's notice. That's why when markets are crashing, especially today with a lot of good news, I'm ready to see us get back to here. And any break of here is the reversal point. So I always am waiting in a short setup or like a crash setup to wait for the reversal. If it doesn't happen, I don't lose any money. If it happens, I'm in on the long. I'd hate to be fighting a short, and that's the day the market decides to rally out. So for me, I'm just like, I'll have my alarm set in Thinkorswim or something, and I'll just go out and I'm going to play Call of Duty all day and chill. So today's actual pivot, anything that recovers 59.05, the market's back in play. Anything above DD bands, I'm back. So anything above here, I'm actually allowed to trade above this purple, right? I will trade here. Well, I'll look for a trade. So I need strong pivots to long off of. This is a strong pivot to long off of. I always long off a DD band. If this ratio is less than half, though, I hit it with a small position. So moment's notice, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to clobber this. But markets are like this. I'm so good at waiting and sitting out. I mean, even pre-market when this happens, a lot of times you guys, think of it like this. Think of trading as like being on death row. Every single day that you survive is another day that you're not, knocked off, is a day that you get to live again, which is great. And so markets are deadly all the time. And you should pray your lucky stars that you wake up in the morning and the market's already in a sit out state. The best feeling you have in the world. You're like, I've got the signal even before the market starts. I survived another day. I'm going to choose to push 0 buttons. I survived one whole extra day. I don't have to eat my last meal yet. I can come back tomorrow and trade this, or I can wait for things to stabilize and trade this. I don't wake up and see this down here and go, let me, where do I trade now? What do I do? I don't want to miss the dip. I don't want to not buy the dip. I got to get in at the low. Look, I'm going to tell you guys something. If this market rallies, you will not give a shit if you missed out on this leg to catch that move. It's better to be safe than sorry. If the market's collapsing, fuck the market down in here. Get rid of it. So when you wake up and the catalyst is active, you just go, oh, that's great. I lived to tell the tale. I lived another day. So the best part, somebody said, not today, Satan. Like you wake up, you see this and you go, oh, that's amazing. You don't say, oh my God, this market, what do I do? You wake up and you're happy. You're like, oh, hell yeah. Market's crashing today. I'm good. I'm gonna save all my money. I'm good. You actually wake up thankful that it's crashing. You know what? I wake up and think, how many people in Wall Street? I can imagine, you ever see like in the movies, right? Everybody's at their desk trading or whatever. But then like, at the end, you always see fucking like people buy, sell, no, hold on, wait, hey, no, you shut the fuck up. Wait, no, wait, hold on, I got something. But ding, 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 oh God, pan, and like you hear on the movies, everyone's like crazy. I imagine every Wall Street desk in the world is like that right now. Like lots of clamor, lots of chatter, people on the phones talking there, and I'm just sitting here like, you know what I'm saying? So I wake up saying, I bet you it's gonna be a terrible work day for everyone else. Like I can imagine all the people, like all those, remember like Boiler Room and Wolf of Wall Street, just a bunch of people like yelling and screaming at their customers, yelling and screaming at each other, fuck you, no, fuck you. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, I can imagine the state of what real Wall Street is like. It's pandemonium as the market's collapsing, everybody's adjusting and shuffling their positions very quickly. I'm sure it's not as characterized as it is in the movies, but I can imagine it's a harder workday for most than some. So we're like rapidly assembling emergency meetings. What do we do today? Do we hedge? Do we sell? Do we liquidate 30-year treasuries at 2-year highs? What do we do? Let's shift our focus, shift our strategy, and then, let them figure it out. Let them do their stuff. Markets are like Squid Game, red light, green light. Not moving is surviving. Exactly. Green light. Oh, by the way, so if you guys play Call of Duty, the Black Ops 6 right now is having a Squid Game event. You can actually play red light, green light. Like with the actual Young Hee doll and it's red light, green light on a football field. It's pretty much just like the movie. It's a live image from Matt during the crashes. That's so funny. Just close your chart, sit out. So my thoughts in general are when markets crash out, all I care to do is be on the sidelines for the bull recovery. Once volatility tightens up and goes away, it doesn't mysteriously usually become volatile a second time. The market always finishes squeezing out longs at some point. The minute you're done choking the last of the longs and the market's found its bid, the reversal is massive when it happens. I'm not saying it happens today, but anytime markets crash, I'm always just sitting out. Instead of trying to chase the short, okay, I missed out on a 500-point drop. I didn't miss out on shit. I can make $10,000 on a 10-point move in the S&P. I don't need much. Confident moves are better than big moves. And so I wait for a confident move. If I get my level, that is a great place to make a small attempt on. I'll throw a couple of contracts at this, set it long, set a stop, let it ride. If I stop out, I'm back on the sidelines waiting. If it happens again, I hit it again, happens again. I hit it every single time it goes, because the one time it does go, it's going to be hundreds of points in my favor. But it's better to be, like, I feel like it's better when markets are strong and bullish and crashing out for a month or two, just to be on the sidelines, not trying to catch the falling knife to get the bid, but wait for the bid, because the minute it squeezes good. And I'd rather just get right in. Some people thrive all over that craziness and chatter. You prefer the quiet life. Process psychology helps you calm down and not jump into trades all day. There you go, bro. I love it. But that's how I feel. Why would I care? The thing is that I think it's like the addiction factor trader has. Traders have like this love of like, I can make money here, I can make money there. I feel like I just don't love money that much. I think I love being chill more than anything. I think because I've had periods where I've just made insane amounts of money, and I have periods where I've lost insane amounts of money. I'm numb to the feeling of, oh, I'm going to make money. It's a numbers game for me now. It's like I thrive on getting the trade right. I thrive on being right. I thrive on being cocky when I'm right. Like now I'm like, I'm sitting out all these other people. Fuck them. They're having a horrible day and I'm not, because I'm smarter than them. That's a bigger win than, oh, I made $20,000 shorting today. Knowing that I walk into a place and I can stare at everybody in a room and say, I'm better than all these people at this thing called day trading. They're not good. They're not better than me. I have things I can do that they can't do. It makes me feel like I'm winning a game instead of like, so like I feel like being right is the part that makes me feel good. Any yokel can push a button and win a coin flip. But to know the market's crashing and the sense that this is a point of no return, let me just sit out. And as I'm doing that and the market continues to fall, I go, see, I'm on to something. I'm pretty good. I chose to sit out and look at that. I'm avoiding this choppy nightmare. S&P's up 40 points and down 40 points an hour ago. That's a win to me, to know something and to know that I know more than what other people know. And then I feel like that's a win, like psychologically. Most people want to quit shitty day jobs and at least make enough to match your current wages, which pushes you to push too hard and trade no matter what and blow accounts. And that is what everyone goes through. I had this reel that I did the other day. It basically stated there's like this unfair advantage in the trading world. Is that if you have the freedom and you have a lot of money, it's easier to trade because you're in no hurry to make it. And so a lot of people are like eager to change or eager to evolve. And it makes them overtrade because, you know, it's like, I need to quit my job, or I need to get good at this now, or I need to get funded now, I need to make money now. And I'll tell you, there is no sense of urgency in my day, like every day. Like my bank account has enough money to live on for decades. If I don't want to work anymore, I don't want to trade anymore. So I've lost the urgency to make money. And I think that helps me be patient. That's the hardest transition to make because it's an unfortunate advantage some people have. If you're at the stage of your life where you don't have a lot of savings and you can't wait, then you are at a disadvantage. That's the hardest part because you have to make money to pay bills, right? If I decided to close Rocket Scooter down and not do anything and just trade to pay bills and nothing else, I could still not have to make a single trade for years. I could sit out for years. I could afford to sit out for years. I wouldn't have to make a trade. And there's an advantage and that's where you're like slow. That's why now it's more important to be patient than anything, because you have to slowly grow your bankroll to be able to do that. So even at the start, it's the hardest for a new trader to get started, because the new trader is balancing things like a day job. They don't have the full focus like I do, because they have to work or do something else. They may not have the money in reserves, so they're more urgent to make trades. It's even more important than to not use it for money, is to really focus on your day job, which is the thing that pays. And like and I always tell people, if you're in that transitional phase where you're trading at work but still trying to make it as a trader, you have to wait for the months that are good. It's like, if I still have my job as an engineer and I was day trading, I would look at January and say, fuck January, I'll see it in February. I'm not like, okay, fuck the market today, I'll see it tomorrow. I'd be like, okay, this is the month where DD ratio is less than half. This is the month that monthly maps are crazy. I'll come back in February, and then focus on your day job this month, and then come back a month later. I would be a little more skittish to the market instead of day to day to day. I'd be like, where's my good month? Oh, this is a month where VIX is below triple B. Oh, it's the second half of the month where that's happening. Great. Now I'm going to focus my energy on trading now. I would focus on only the highest probability long setups if I was still working. So if I was still working, I would wait for these. If I had a day job, this is actually good info. If I had a day job and I had to pick when can I focus on trading and when can I focus on work, I'd look for the following. I'd want VIX to be below its contango midpoint, which it's not. So for this month, sayonara. I want VVIX to be below 100, and I want to look for bull setups. Easy setups that I can get a nice pivot, long the market, set a stop, and go back to work. In months like this, I wouldn't even be messing with it. I would say, man, this is crazy. We're above triple B all month. Let me just let this volatile, crazy market go away. Because when markets are bouncing around like this, you really got to pay attention to it. And it could be doing this all month, and you guys can't really do that if you got other people counting on you, like for your job stuff, right? The sad part of the story is that most of the day traders are 9-to-5ers. So that's where you wait and only trade and pay attention to the environments that really matter. Like if you were really serious about day trading and you had 6 weeks of vacation and you wanted to make it, instead of going on trips on your vacation, you could be like, oh, this is that awesome bullish month. You know what? I'm going to take a week off and trade this month or this week as all my bull setups lined up, and then get in there and day trade and make some money on the good stuff. Triple B is a contango midpoint. It's a VIX calculation. It's very easy to do. There's one a month. The fattest line is the number. If the VIX futures is above that line, the market's going to be very sensitive to catalyst. If VIX futures is below that line, the market's going to not really care about news events. So when VIX is above triple B, as you see, the Fed, non-farms, and PMI services nuke the market, right? So it's an indicator that tells you the market's gonna flip shit more easily. It's a state of vaults. There's a whole class we teach on it. It's just one level. What's up, baby? So essentially, 1637 is like your key factor. We calculate it at rollover, and this number is gonna sit there all month. And then next Tuesday, we're going to calculate another one. So we'll give it to you guys. But anytime VIX is above here, you're going to see that the market's going to be very, very emo and sensitive to stuff. The probability of VVIX going up is higher, right? VVIX above 100 is the danger zone. The market being sensitive to news events, like a news event crashes the market very easily in this kind of environment as well. So they're just good. It's like a gauge for this is going to be a crappy month. On the other side of the coin, it's a gauge of today's going to be a stable month. Like the bull markets have a whole different layout on the VIX. Let me show you. Actually, let's go to here. So like basically the bull month we had before the FOMC crashed everything. See how the VIX is just nice and stable in a decay pattern? This is when you want to be trading. This particular month, this was the line. And the minute you're below it from November 24th all the way until the end of December, or the middle of December, nice solid bull month. This month, crazy. But like when you get really nice, solid, easy bull runs, I mean, they're going to look like this. This month was bullish. This month was bullish. This month was bullish. And so if you just have to pick a month to trade, you want VIX to be kind of like in that boat if you can. That was the bottom of the year, boys. There you go. Was that the bottom? You think so? You think so, Cap? I'm just waiting, man. I want to be the first person in on the long here. Yeah, Case, like we teach you how to do it. It's something you can't. Yeah, no, it's not an indicator. It's something you can measure yourself easily. You calculate it once a month. It takes 1 second to do it. It's not hard. We have a whole class that covers like the concept of what it is and what it does and how important it is. Yeah, we opened below the green line today. And Nate, you guys have been here long enough to finally realize there's some substance to what we teach you guys, right? Last 3 weeks, you've seen it. 3 weeks in a row. Why do chart patterns work or not work? In my opinion, it's like the most popular trade pattern because I don't think that patterns work in general. I think the market follows any kind of pattern. Like we're as humans used to finding patterns and stuff. It's how you're programmed, genetically programmed to see patterns. But I don't think the market honors any kind of pattern. The market is not aware. The buying and selling, maybe people that are buying and selling may be using different mechanisms to assist where they buy and sell. But the market is a sum of all things happening. It's not honoring a pattern. It doesn't know that a pattern is there. It's not even knowing. In Q, what is the cat number? Hold on, let me get to you real quick. 162. So you see why I wait for the confirmation. Look at this. NQ just dumped 80 points. Not the time to long yet. Not waiting. Just wait. I got to get that purple line back above that. So I think in general, a pattern is something that you can create after the fact and say that it works. I would say that chart patterns are a 50-50 sort of thing. It's not even 50-50. I'd say a chart pattern is random. How many times does it bounce off of a support or a flag until it breaks out? There is no consistency in that. It bounces twice, 3 times, 20 times. How long is the flag going to last? How high does it go until it flags? It's like when it happens, it's easy to see, aha, there was a pattern there. But what makes it the dynamic of in real time, can you have any consistency with it? Clearly, nobody can. And when you do use it to trade with, people do well with it. But mostly because they're doing great as traders with risk management, position management, all that. It's not the pattern that really is giving them the edge, I would say. The pattern is just giving them the place to buy. But so any particular trading strategy will have a place to buy. We have places to buy. I buy at hedge pressures and bull zones and stuff. So everyone has a static mechanism or method that says this is where I enter my long, this is where I enter my short, and this is where I get out. And so a pattern is just another place to choose an entry for you. And you have to believe that pattern is not indicating, certainly not indicating the desire of the market. You know, if the market's been trading up for like 5 weeks and then it's entered some kind of like channel like this, the question is, what do you do there? And so you may see this and go, aha, here's support, Here's resistance. Okay. And then you have choices to make. And anytime you have a consistent way that you approach the market, there's nothing wrong with that. There's just no magic in the flag. If you have a consistent way to approach the market, then you have a consistent baseline to gauge your own performance and risk management around. If you enter the market randomly, then that's hard for you to improve on what you do. But if you consistently long at the bottom of a flag or short at the top of a flag, now you have well, that worked 70% of the time and this worked 10% of the time. So because of that, you have a gauge for yourself, and there's nothing wrong with trading on patterns. But it doesn't give it, there's no magic to the market. Does that make sense? Oh, in the Twitter comments or in Discord? In your Discord. Wait, somebody's actually here promoting. Oh wait, here it is. Oh my god. Hey, all right. Sorry, I muted the thing. We're chatting on the spaces right now.
volatile. These are our own opinions.
We're chit chatting in the space right now. We're giving a good
That is,
lecture.
I'm looking at probabilities, and nobody.
I didn't know I muted the mic.
Right.
What up? What up, Kaizen?
The guy that called out the calls earlier, we retraced from 20,000, let's see, 20,874 all the way up to 21,123. So, that was the right thing to do. Nobody's going to short all the way. I see you're still in your short, but nobody's going to short the bottom. So we did hit a bottom earlier. That doesn't mean it's not going to go lower towards the end of the day, but we made that calculation to go long.
You see why I don't short and play in this? This is crazy volatility.
So just don't disrespect speakers up here.
Yeah, I remember. I've always and people in our boat. And again, whoever it is that I'm reading it, fresh start. We love you. Just stop now, and we'll forget that it happened. If you want, I've learned this, and Meeks and AJ and a lot of our friends up here that we know, it's everyone. We always. It may feel this way. You may be like, how are these people big with big followings, and I'm not. And when you're small and you're smaller and growing, it's hard to pick up steam on Twitter. It's extremely hard. It takes years and years and years of grinding to get where you have an audience, right? But it doesn't mean you have to force yourself into it. You do have to be patient. And I learned that the people that are speakers, they're not I'm the best, I'm big, and I want to hog all the audience. I've learned that everybody in this industry wants to collab with someone with talent. There's nobody out there that's oh, I don't know, this guy's a threat to me. I don't know if I want to work with him. Everybody's oh, that guy sounds smart. I want to collab with them. And I've learned that everybody wants to collab with everybody. And so the neat thing is that there's nobody against your growth. Everybody's kind of for it. If you have something great to offer, we all want to learn from them and learn from you and meet new people. If I meet someone that's a great big talent, I love to be hey, come on a podcast with us. Because I like to take credit for discovering someone. It's people want other people to succeed. But whenever you do it's a little gauche, I guess socially, to force yourself into someone else's spotlight to get the attention you think you deserve. Instead, it's more appropriate just to ask and be hey, I have something really cool I'd love to show you guys. You mind bringing me on as a speaker? I've had a lot of called told you so traders that used to haunt some of my comments. I'd post something and they'd be well, you're totally wrong. The market's bearish. And I got this amazing bear algo. And every time I post, they're told you so. See, you're wrong and I'm right. And that person never got invited to talk. But if someone was hey, I think you're wrong, and I have this really cool idea. I'd like to share it with you, and I have a way to detect markets, and I'd love to teach it to you. I'm always when can we meet? And then they teach it to me. I'm holy crap, everyone needs to learn about this. It's all it takes is how someone approaches someone else, and I think that it's a life lesson in general, especially if you guys have jobs, bosses, right? It's never just I'm better than my boss. Absolutely, everyone here, y'all are all better than your boss. Okay, every one of you, your boss fucking sucks. Y'all are all better than your boss, and you know it. But you can't get his job by going in there and telling him he sucks to his face kind of thing. You got to kind of play the politics with it to get ahead. And it basically just means that you have to be liked more than he's liked. If it's people above him, you got to get them to like you more, but not by talking down to him. Nobody likes that sort of attitude. They like if you're a good team player and that you're likable. That's it.
Yeah. Well, he just said basically, I have zero brand. Don't care to make a brand. Not here to promote. Don't care if I make brand. I'm here to help the public. F the elite. F the rich. Hate me for it.
Oh, that's a Telegram channel in the making. I've heard that a million times. Signal service coming soon. I'm here to help the public for free. Yep. Oh my god.
Unless he stops spamming. It's just I keep getting notifications. It's dude, chill. We're trying to trade and
You have to have big boss and that pay attention to the comments. Yeah. So I'm in a Twitter space right now. So me and Minx are just kicking off the start of what's going to be probably a weekly podcast. We're still debating on what we're going to do with this and how often we're going to do it. But the idea is to have a weekly podcast with some of the big name people out there. We'll bring the ETF guys on. I need to talk to them and actually tell them about it. We know everybody from, we know Jay Dunn, we know Brett, I know Matt Leach, all the CEOs of all the prop firms out there. even get Michael Paddock. I have a connection that knows him, or actually Meeks knows him. So it's like we're gonna try to get all the prop firm CEOs maybe once a week, and like, hey, we're here with so and so today. We're here to talk, whatever, and then just have like a futures themed, prop themed podcast where everybody, I think it'd be like a lot of stuff you guys are interested in it. And I'll ask like the hard hitting questions. Keep it fun, keep it light, but also get some good information for you guys. And the evolution of prop firm, it's going to change so rapidly the next couple of years. Regulation's about to change, as many people are kind of hinting about. So we want to make sure we're in the forefront of getting you guys up. So we're kind of just kicking it off by doing a trading space on Fridays, me and her. So somebody asked why I'm not shorting when markets are in catalyst mode. Do we all agree, at least did you guys learn something today, that this right here is just nonsense? You're like basically coin flipping. Had I picked the wrong place to short from, I'm upside down 200 points in NASDAQ, and then it falls. Like, you see that I can prove that, like, I have an indicator that tells you the market's unusually volatile. When you're trading with trailing drawdowns, especially if you're trading like an eval or a funded account, trailing drawdown is designed to squeeze you on volatility. You can ultimately be right after you're wrong for an hour or hundreds of points, right? That's the whole point of catalyst stuff. New rule for you, only do evals on this days. Yeah, you want, like I said, you want to dice roll and gamble on some evals. Like, if a cool trick is if your trader funding program is giving you like 90% off sales. I think ETF still has their 90% off sale. Go out there and burn through your evals today. Try to pass them as fast as possible. I don't know. The way ETF, I think, has a minimum number of trading days, though, right? I don't know if they got rid of that. Kaizen's here. You guys still have like minimum number of days? I like Apex, you can pass them in a single day. Top Step, you can pass them in 2 days. So when you get your sale and markets are crazy like this is the time you shift to eval. Burn through those $20 accounts and get them passed, right? 5 days, but you can flip. Oh, that's right, you can flip. Okay. Stop, filled, stop, filled, stop, filled. There you go. That's what it's like. So here, like in this environment, this is the time where you just kind of like, you know what? I got 200 points of move. Let me go here and just burn through some evals and pass them in a day. And when the market stabilizes, I got my funded accounts ready to go. Not a terrible idea, especially when somebody's having a sale. I'm not at all against that strategy. Ice Wild. Wait, what's he saying? Oh no, Ice Wild. No, Ice Wild's making fun of the person we were making fun of. Glenn. In our Twitter space, someone was he was just poking fun at them. There's somebody in the Twitter chat that's just like spamming call outs from pictures from the Telegram channel or something. No, Ice Wild's not promoting anything. He's basically like essentially because the person was like, I don't care. I'm not here to make friends. I just want to help the world with, give good information for free. And yeah, it's like for free, but you can get more signals with our super premium service for $200. It's I'm here to help. Even when it's like I'm here to help for free, it's like, okay, that's a Telegram channel in the making. I've heard that a thousand times. Hey, that's good. See, Glenn is walking around with the baton. He's like, he's eyeballing. He's watching all of you guys. Glenn's the man. He gonna make sure. He's like what they call him, the guards at Buckingham Palace. He's like that serious about it. He's like, are you making a joke? Are you being serious? Are you selling something? He's ready. He's had the hammer away. He's had the hammer in his hand, ready to ban some people. That's hilarious. Oh shit, my phone just died. Oh fuck. I'm on the space. Let me tell Meeksy that my phone died. Oopsie. All right. Do you guys like no music? I've been trying that lately to have like no music on the stream. Do y'all like that better? Like just quiet, chill, like no music. Do y'all like that environment a little better? Or do y'all kind of like the kind of like slow pace, lo-fi music? Y'all, you like music? Okay, you have your own music. So a lot of people are like they have their own music. I'm always at a standstill. Should I put music on or no music? Well, here's the thing. The right answer mathematically is to do no music, because if you want music, just play your own. That's the way to do it. Only music when we're banking. Okay, I'll play some songs. I'll play some songs whenever we got music for winning music. This is how we're gonna do that. Okay. All right. So today, all right, let you guys know little couple promotions here while we're just chilling. So we got some codes for you guys. Elite Trader Funding, I think, still has their 90% off Christmas sale that lasts for 9 days. So Elite Trader Funding. Scroll up in the comments if you guys like ETF, 90% off. That's great. They're the only people with the 90% off sale going on right now. Apex had one, no longer there. So 90% off right now for ETF. Xmas 90. Use our link to give us credit, because every $250 you spend there, we're going to start doing drawings once enough people enter for like big prizes, lifetime and stuff. If you guys use them. Dire Straits, Money for Nothing. Dude, it's like one of the best rock and roll riffs, I think, in the history of rock. That is one of the best guitar songs ever written that nobody can actually play except for Mark himself. Like he has a special way he gets that rhythm going for that riff. And I hear other guitarists like try to cover that song. It never sounds exactly the same. That's like that's like the song. Some 90s synthwave. That's also good too. All right. What was I was trying to do something. What was I trying to do? Oh yeah. So ETF 90% off. We have a code and a link for ETF. It's the bot's been posting it. Just scroll up in chat. We have a link and a code for Apex. Use that every time. We're going to do similar drawings for like people that use Apex and people that use Tradeify. We have links and codes for those guys. And if there's a firm that you want a link and discount code for, just tell me and I'll go get it. Because you guys trade who you want to trade. We work closely with ETF, but you guys have flavors of what you do like. And so we're going to help the community. If there's anything you want, we're going to get a Rocket Suitor code for it. Futures family. Yeah, so when they do affiliate stuff, I'll get a link for you guys there as well. Like here, we love ETF. It's kind of like primarily who I use. But everyone uses their different ones. But we'll have a code for every single one of them for sure. All right, my phone is finally back. My phone has 1% in the spaces. I died in the middle of the space. Let me let my phone charge a little bit. So when Futures Family has when they have an affiliate program, I'll be able to get one. They don't have one yet, so they don't have like links and codes for affiliate peeps yet. They're building it. Dave gets excited for the music. Well, wait, what kind of music though? That's the problem with streaming. If I pick the wrong kind of music, YouTube demonetizes the channel. It sucks. YouTube's like, you got copyright struck, revenue sharing, demonetization. So it's like you have to constantly shuffle through copyright-free playlists, but then the songs themselves transfer ownership to one company to another, and all of a sudden a song you use, I get copyright notices from like your old videos. Your video can no longer be monetized, and I look at it and it's like the AI picked up some song that now somebody else owns the rights, and now they're copyright. It's like using music on YouTube that you didn't write yourself, basically like an AI bot, is the only safe way to not have YouTube just strike all your videos. It's so crazy. I know. I would be playing like post-hardcore, post-rock metal. I'd be playing the kind of music I want to hear. Wait, what link is that, Neil? What is that a link of? Yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, Dave? I didn't even see that's you. What's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Every stream you do, you got to have house music. I know, or house music too. That's like my go-to at home. We're huge EDM nuts here, and like that's the way to go. Any kind of just low vibe, chill vibe, even tropical house is good for a stream like this. Yeah, I'd be playing like house music from like the golden age of EDM. I'd be playing like my 2010 to 2017 jams. My Nicky Romero, my Avicii, my Zed, good stuff. Did anybody watch the I'm Tim on Netflix? You guys watched that, the documentary about Avicii? Oh, that was like so heartbreaking. I was in tears at the end of it. It's good. I didn't realize, like they had so much footage of him to piece together the documentary. It was really, really good. Did anybody go watch? And I remember this, but I didn't remember it being so crazy. I remember when he came out with his new album with all the different sounds and singers, that when I first heard it, I was like, hey, brother. And I was like, what happened to Avicii? Why did sound change? And then I didn't realize that I wasn't ahead of the times like everyone else. It ended up being the best songs of like that decade. And so like his new album, in the documentary, they talk about how in Miami Ultra, and was it 2016, people were booing him, and it changed him. Like he was like, I blame those people at Ultra for his demise over the years. He became a different person because he expressed his artistic freedom, and people were booing him at Ultra because he completely started revealing his new songs, which everybody knows. That album was a game changer. That album opened the doors for EDM and pop music to just mix together. Now everybody is doing like EDM and pop music with singers coming in and stuff because of him. But the idea was that people were expecting just like, boom, 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 and he came in with like people with banjos and violinists and singers, and that like the beat dropped, and people were booing him, and they were talking about that in the documentary. So I went back, and last night I was chilling in bed, and I was actually watching his Ultra performance. And now that I know the songs that were playing, I'm like, people at that concert, because after they were booing, he was so obsessed. He was staring at the comments on Twitter, and people were like saying, this is the worst music I've ever heard. What is wrong with him? They were really like grilling him so hard. And he was just changing the game for everyone. And in hindsight, every song on that album is a banger. It is so good. And like, now that I know the songs, I'm like, I only wish I would have seen that concert live to be the first person to hear, half the songs on that album for the first time. Like there was just, everybody knows, like, yeah, I think in the doc, I'm not gonna spoil the documentary, but it basically was talking about the singer of the "Wake Me Up" song, and everybody knows all the lyrics of that song right now. Wake me up when it's all over, and you got like people playing banjos. It's like all these like mollied up dickhead kids just wanted to hear a beat to dance to instead of like listen to some good music. And it's like he was playing, he started off with levels, and as soon as levels ended, the lights went down and it got quiet. And then all of a sudden a spotlight turns on, this guy starts, you know, he starts singing Wake Me Up, and there's a banjo playing and stuff, and people were like, boo. They thought he brought on some folk band or something. And it completely like changed his mentality. He was like struggling to become like a more game-changing artist to make good music, and he became like this obsessed, depressed person after that one performance. But yet, like, so many great songs came out on that album. On True, you guys remember that album? There was like Dear Boy and Liar Liar and Hey Brother and Wake Me Up and You Make Me. Got all those like songs are just so good. And now everybody's a house musician or DJ is now collabing with singers, you know, and experimenting because of that one album. Dan Tominski sang it. He's a banjo band style. Yeah, he is. It was so like when I heard it, it sounded like, you know, like you're riding on a stagecoach. You like can imagine like in the Old West and stuff. And at first I was like, this is Avicii. I'm like, I was expecting a certain kind of like synthy sound, you know. But as time grew by, you just realize that was like everyone was starting to sound the same at that time. I remember like in 2015, once Calvin Harris blew up, Zed blew up, Bass Nectar blew up. You had all these big bands like blowing up at that time. You know, the Swedish House, all three of those DJs were blowing up. You know, everyone had that same sound. It's like that golden age of house music. And then it's like, you know, while it's all good, the you know, that was like Avicii was like, okay, let's expand a little. Everybody was starting to sound the same a little bit. You know what I mean? Like in 2015, 2016, you go to EDM Festival and it was all like the same stuff. Great songs, great tunes, great drops, great melodies. But the sound was very similar. They all had that same kind of sound to it. And like Avicii and Calvin Harris are like the two that really kind of started breaking the mold with like singers and different styles of music. Zac Efron dropped Weird Friends. 2013 to 15 was some of the best music in history. Yeah, it was. It was like, I went to so many festivals those years too. I would like, I mean, so good. In 2014, I saw Calvin Harris. I mean, it was just like, just such a epic. I mean, because that was the year he was like really hot. Appreciate James Hive, Anima, and Fred again to bring different sounds to space. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it's February or March. We're going to the Gareth Emery's laser show. I forgot what it's called. It's like a laser, like it's gonna be fun. I forgot what it's called, but it's like it's a laser show. So it's like it's him spinning, but it's like a laser light experience. We got tickets for that. Everyone sounded like Armin van Buuren. But yeah, that documentary was good. It was actually pretty cool. If you're a fan of his, it's certainly and the ending of that was like a tearjerker, man. It was very, very well made. I go to a lot of EDM shows, by the way. I go to maybe 10 a year at least. Last year, God, I saw so many people last year. I saw Armin last year. I saw who did I see last year? I need to go through all my Instagram reels. I saw Swedish House 2 years ago. They came to town. I saw Audion last year. Audion's awesome. The documentary is called It's Tim or I'm Tim. Documentary. It was good. Oh, it's called Avicii, I'm Tim. Yeah. And like one of the things he struggled with, which was like he wanted to be a musician that could play instruments and feature other artists and actually play on stage. He had such severe stage fright when it came to playing music because he wasn't that good at it. He wanted to be good at it. So like he was practicing and trying to get good at piano because his dream was to play piano on stage on his own set. So it's weird to see like a DJ saying, I'd love to be like playing piano on stage with musicians. And I actually never knew that about him. I didn't know he was actually trying to learn how to play instruments live. Yeah. I'm starting to remember who I saw last year. I saw a bunch of people. Go through my Instagram. I'm still like in flu mode, or my brain is like dying over here. So are you guys, hopefully today, y'all are glad as y'all learn, like from me, why I sell in the markets, why I don't play, why I'm waiting for confirmation, all that stuff. Make sure I don't blow your eardrums out here with this Instagram. But as I can see this coming from a mile away, it's going to avoid the stupid market here. Who did I see? Oh, I saw Nora Impure. She was awesome. Who else did I see? Yeah, Audion. I had a pretty solid year. Oh, I went to a concert and saw Amberlin and Thursday. Hawthorne Heights, throwback. I had a really killer year in 2024. I had a lot of fun. I need to go back further. All right, guys. You guys know the drill. Catalyst active, market do anything. Let's just sum up here. Thanks for tuning in every day. You guys know market's been crazy the last 3 or 4 weeks. You guys watch me sitting out a lot, not making a lot of trades. That's what smart traders do. We're going to close out. I'm going to spend the rest of the day just chilling. We'll do a Zoom call later, so don't forget if you're part of our program, got to sign up. The Zoom educational program that we do, the 20 days masterclass, is total banger. You guys are going to love as we start over at course number 1 in 3 more days, and we're starting over at course number 1. So don't miss out to catch it from the beginning. Course number 1 is where we start. Yesterday, if you guys are here during the day off, yesterday was kind of an example of what course number 1 is like. It's like an overview of a framework of building a strategy. And each class builds on every other class that teaches you a layer on top of another layer of a strategy we build. We take the framework of the market's random, but predicting volume is not. And so because of that, I can find high volume pivots. I have a position management strategy. I have a market avoidance strategy. We told you yesterday, market avoidance strategy is something that's required in any good trading strategy, is when to apply my rules and when to sit out. If you don't have a sit out strategy and you're always trying to nail a signal, you're missing out. And a lot of people, especially a lot of people that teach, I don't see them teaching that. And I feel like it's so important if they do to have, this is where we avoid the market. Just because it's going down or going up doesn't mean I need to get in on this. There's a certain like tolerance for me of like when to apply my strategy. It's so important. And that's what we teach. Psychologically, it's so important to have control. As you see, what I execute is almost like perfect control. Even when I lose a trade, it's never outside of control. I'm like, okay, I'm going to long. I'm going to be down 1,500 if I lose, so make 3,000 if I'm right. And when I lose, it's 1,500. And then you'll get like a heckler or two, oh, this guy lost money. But you're like, you're not seeing it. This guy makes money over time, but this is control. I knew exactly how much I'm going to lose. I took exactly the risk I wanted to take. And so what you don't see happening here is blowing up on stream because I have these boundaries where I don't go beyond. And I'm so regimented that I don't break my own rules. This pink line on my screen, when a risk interval is broken on an event, I never trade. I never trade for this particular reason, right? I know that these kind of shenanigans happen and I'm safely on the sidelines. And so in the courses, I will argue, and there's some really, really killer like teachers and traders that also like to hang out on the stream. So Dave was here, and you get a lot of big names here that are good at teaching. But outside, they'll probably agree that the strongest thing you can do to have control is to have moments where you have chosen to avoid the market while other people are like trying to figure out what to do. I don't even need to care. I tell myself the market's lower for tomorrow. Maybe I can find a good dip for tomorrow, or I'm waiting for the signal to long in on. Catching this wave there's nothing heroic about trying to be the first into a reversal. But once the reversal has confirmed and people are piling in on top of each other, you're going to make a ton of money waiting for confirmation to get out the right place, rather than trying to predict. So when I know the catalyst is active below these pink lines, I sit out for good reason. And this is not good. Some people may trade on volatility. I don't, because I don't like to see drawdown. I like to see my P&L curve, relatively stable. I don't like to see it like womp, womp, womp. I really hate that. And I took a few big hits, like I said, trying to trade a market, and now it proved to be bear. And now I'm sitting here and waiting for it to stabilize. And if it takes a month or it takes 2 months, it's totally fine. I'll be back to making money the minute the market turns around. Could be next month, could be 2 months from now. But what I'm not doing is trading when the markets are stupid. And when markets I know are stupid, let's just kind of step away from this. No, so we're doing the courses every day. I think we're on number 17 today. So next week, we'll be starting over at number 1. And like I said, the market avoidance strategy, the position sizing strategy are essentially what we pride ourselves on. I say it's the most comprehensive application class you can ever learn when it comes to trading. A lot of trading teachers are teaching you a method of where to buy, where to sell, which is nothing wrong with that at all. Our courses, however, are betting strategies. How much to bet, when to avoid, when to close down, when to double down, how much to bet under this confidence. It's a course on betting, which in it's like the difference between somebody teaching you the odds of, okay, when the dealer has a 10 card showing up and I've got 2 6s, do I hit or do I not hit? That's one piece of it. What are the odds? Where do I enter? Where do I do whatever? But then it's like, do I bet $5 or $50 or $100? Do I go all in? It's like the idea in poker of your betting portion as well as playing for the cards that you want or playing the hand that you have. There are 2 different skill sets. You can be really good at one and then terrible at betting. And so our course is all about application, where like how much to bet based on the risk you're taking, how to gauge how much risk you're taking and where to bet. It's all risk management. It's the most important part of trading, because what we prove is that you don't even need a trading strategy to make money. You just need to bet properly. And our very first class builds that case and shows you. We did a computer program, and even yesterday on yesterday's YouTube, I shared it with you, like how we did this, was that you can prove that the majority of days and months are green. And in certain environments in Rocket Scooter, we even showed you that 69% of days are green under ideal conditions. And markets just go up, and that, even randomly longing the market makes money over time, as long as you make sure you only lose a certain amount when you're wrong. And that's really key to understanding the failure point of traders. It's not the strategy you're using, where you enter, where you exit. That helps make your wins bigger and your losses smaller, absolutely. But even randomly trading the market with good risk management still makes money, which proves that that's the most important part. That's what that's my thought. So at least with us, it's a class on risk and position sizing, risk management in general, and how to have confidence in a certain trade, like your confluence. How big is my risk? How certain am I of the trade? Big certain, small certain, not certain. Is the market structure broken? Do I sit out? Okay, I sit out when structure's broken. And we go over stuff like that. If we're going to build a backtesting site of RS, it's the goal of 2025. Backtesting historic data, things like that. Right now, all the backtesting is done manually. And in our community, there are members that took it upon themselves to do the backtesting. and they have like a community inside the community where they talk about it. All right, guys, I'm out. We're going to call it. Oh, you know what? I thought I had a... Can you guys hear the closing music? I can never hear it anymore. So we outie. If I get my catalyst levels back and we go back above that, I'll be ready to take along. Until then, I'm going to sit out, let the market collapse, and just, let it do its thing today. I'll probably go play some Call of Duty. Anybody want to hit me up on Steam? Come to our Discord, give me a message. We'll probably squat up, maybe play some Black Ops or something, just to chill. No closing music? Interesting. All right, we love you guys. We'll see y'all later. Zoom call 3:30 today. Audi 5000. Oh, that YouTube from yesterday. Yeah, everybody watched that video from yesterday. It's amazing. If you guys are bored right now, it goes through so much, and it's like an intro into what our courses are like. If you like that, the courses are going to be 20 different versions of that kind of stuff. So yeah, yesterday's YouTube when the market was closed was so much fun, and you guys loved it. Thank you very much for all your feedback on it. So go watch the one from yesterday's morning stream. All it is education for 2 hours.